What is the crack? Welcome back to another one. And in this one, we are restoring the chicken coop pretty much. So, since we've got all the other stuff done, let's say with the deer course, and waiting on word back on guns and figuring out all of that stuff, I says, you know what? Let's go on to the next branch of what I'm planning to do over the coming months and have prepared over the next, I suppose, preparing for the next year. So, this is it. I'll give you a bit of a wide angle now in a second, and we're just gonna basically rake it out. Rake it out, and I'm not gonna go cleaning it up too much. I want to get all the heavy bits of sticks and wood and all that that's fallen from the trees over the years that is being dormant. But other than that, we're getting chickens in the 8th of November. Just a few. I ordered eight Rhode Island Reds. So we're going with that, and then as we go on, we'll get a few more, this, that, and the other, and I'll explain how that's going to evolve as we go along. But for today, let's get stuck in here, clear out all the heavy stuff, have a look at the structure, see if there's anything I need to add or change. So let's just get stuck into it. So this is the front. I'll bring you on a little tour. So you got your gate on each side. And there's a cutout here that we put in, if you can see just over there, for letting the chickens in both sides that we had. It's all well fenced in, even concrete underneath along here. One thing I would like to do is, there was a problem before where the chickens decide to stick their head out, and then the inevitable where the fox comes and chomp and they lose that. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting the chicken wire, the real small hole stuff, and literally just putting it probably a foot or two of it along the bottom. So that is one plan. But for today, the idea will be to pretty much just clear out all the sticks and the heavy stuff. There's a few bits of wood and old plastic things and bits of wire, and there's all sorts of stuff. Now on this side here, we did concrete that in a little bit as well, just along there. It helped, though there is some holes here. I may just put some smaller wire there. At the time, I don't know what was coming. I don't know whether it was just rabbits or it was rats or whatever it was, but it's been years since anything's been up here. So there is potential for the need to keep an eye on all of this and see how we get on over the weeks when we do get the chickens in. But in here, this is kind of a bit of an overflow. Sometimes they would decide to lay in here. I'll be clearing all of this out. It's just leaves that have built up over time. Yeah, they just go in there. That's an overflow. We never put anything really in here, in this side. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, we do have this bit of fence that broke off. This here has rotted. So I'm going to have to weld that up or make something up. A clamp maybe just to hold it on for now. But yeah, so this was one side. Coming in here then, we had a concrete path put in here. We did that when we came up first. And there's loads of nettles here. To some extent, I'm not going to go too mad clearing all of this. I know there's not really anything here other than the nettles. And the chickens will love digging through what is here, because they had this place pared down to nothing. So on the other side of that then, we had a little kind of pond set up here. So there's an overflow and then a water trap down there. So it just dispersed into the ground. There used to be running water up here. So I'm going to have to get an IBC, or I'm going to have to do something to have a flow of water. I'm also going to have to clear that out. For if we get ducks, and if and when we get ducks. But yeah, it was a nice little thing for them. They used to love splashing in there and whatnot. It's a decent enough space, in fairness, plenty around. We put this in as well. There used to be a light in here. I don't know whether I'll be running power up, but this is where they used to live. So this is being dormant like this for, God knows, 5-6 years maybe. Could be more. I don't know, to be honest. But it is a good space, good sized space for them.
the idea will be, and then we'd fence them in here sometimes in the evening, because they'd always come in here and they'd all go in here and sleep in here. So we'd often just come in just for that extra bit of safety and close that like so. And then, yeah, they'd be safe for the night, and then in the morning just let them out for that extra little bit of safety, because they did just like sitting in here. With that then, I reckon I'm probably going to take, I want to obviously clean this out. I'm going to take this out and make a new one. That's all, looks like MDF, old MDF. Make something for them just to nest in and sit in and chill out in. Maybe a couple of planks for them to stand on. And now, give you just a different perspective on it, as I have. So that's where there used to be a water supply there. When it came to locking them in, you're all gonna go, yeah, right, come on now. What, yeah. This is the tried and tested locking system. So we have 4-inch solid. And we have basically, well, you pull it, put your bolt in across the behind this, and you're secure. And yeah, trust me, that gap, yeah, they never got out. But no, well, I might make a little bit of a change there, because to be honest with you, I don't remember that gap being that wide. And along with this one then, this one was just held in by a bit of wire as well. That held that obviously, there's just a few leaves holding that open. And actually maybe same with that one a little bit, but there's a gap. But that is the story. So let's get stuck in and see what we can do. Try and make a bit of an improvement on what we already have. So as you can see, well, you might not notice it right now, but I'll show you now on the other, flip the camera around, but I cleared, there was a good foot or two of just leaves. So at least the ground will kind of air out now, dry out a little bit, and then when we get chickens in, they'll be scratching through the muck, getting worms and bits and pieces, and they'll probably love that. So yeah, this is all pretty much just ground level now. There's actually a bit of concrete here. This is all kind of hard standing. The floor in here is pretty much just them slabs, but leaves out. Right, we've done a little bit more housework, so let's have a look. We got all that stuff out of the way that was there. I've gotten that back down to the concrete. So the other side of the coin here is, over the next few days, or hopefully it doesn't rain, breeze and the wind, it'll dry out the ground as well. I can let it breathe a little bit, because you can see where it's damp underneath. As for in here, I can see that there's a good bit of a lot of leaves that built up over time within the nettles. There's part of me thinking maybe what I'll do is to get the trimmer in and cut them all down and drag all that stuff out. I won't be doing that today. I have to head off now to the hunting shop and get some gear. So let's have a look at the inside now. I'll show you what I did. So I got that out, the old box in the corner out, and the lighting's not great, but all the stuff here in the corner. So I just need to get myself an old brush, get all that stuff together, and yeah, pretty much get it all together and sweep it up, get it all out, and then move on to our next thing then maybe tomorrow. I've got a couple of weeks to get all this done anyway, so we're going to do stuff in drips and drabs as we go along, but we're building towards it all.